being direct isn't being rude. I think that's one of the greatest freedoms we can give ourselves, especially at a certain age. For me, after 60, but really in my 50s. Have you ever noticed how often people, especially women, feel like they have to explain every little thing? Somewhere along the way, many of us started believing that every preference needed a reason, every boundary needed a speech, and every no needed an explanation. But the older I get, the more I realize not every decision requires a defense. Absolutely not. Not every preference needs a committee meeting. It doesn't. Not every no deserves an explanation. You know why? Because no is a complete sentence. If I go into a restaurant and I don't want tomatoes, I don't need a 3-minute explanation. I don't need to tell the waiter my life story. No. I don't need to explain what happened to me when I was 12 years old. Nobody cares. Just get to the point. No tomatoes, please. That's enough. And honestly, that lesson doesn't stop at restaurants. A few years ago, someone I knew used to call and ask, "Do you want to make some money?" And at first I said yes, sure. But after a while, I realized there was always a catch. They wanted me to do something for them, and somehow the money never seemed to appear. It never did. So the next time they asked me, I simply said no. And they wanted an explanation. I didn't owe them one. No is a full sentence. And that was enough. The truth is, just because I'm retired, it doesn't mean I'm available. It doesn't. Just because I'm home doesn't mean that I'm doing nothing. I mean, the nerve, right? My time still has value. Now, let me be clear. I'm not talking about being rude, and I'm certainly not talking about forgetting your manners. Nothing like that. I still say please. I still say thank you. I still treat people with respect. But I don't over-explain anymore. Absolutely not. There's a difference between being polite and asking permission. Politeness is respect. Permission is wondering whether your choices are acceptable to someone else. Those are not the same thing. They're not. How many times have we stood in front of a mirror and asked, "Do you think this looks okay?" Instead of asking yourself, "How do I feel in it?" Right? Don't ask me if something looks okay. How do you feel in it? You're the one wearing it. Don't ask your neighbor, not the people in the grocery store, not strangers you'll probably never see again, right? If you feel good, wear it. One of the greatest freedoms after 60 isn't saying, whatever comes to mind. It's saying exactly what you mean. And as most of you know, if you know me, if you don't, my name is Lexi. But if you've been here before, you know what I always say. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Clarity, right? Clarity. Being clear and direct without apologizing for existing. You don't become rude when you become clear. Absolutely not. You simply stop making yourself smaller so everyone else can feel comfortable. We're not doing that anymore. Being direct doesn't cost you your manners. No, it doesn't. It simply gives you your freedom back.